Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Police seek help in identifying body of man found in Tarrant Drive, Kingston. Detectives assigned to the Halfway Tree Criminal Investigations Branch (CIB) are asking the public's assistance in identifying the body of a man who was shot and killed by unknown assailants on Tarrant Drive, Kingston 10 on Saturday, May 21. According to a press release, the body appears to be in its early 30s, sports a dreadlock hairstyle, and was clad in a black t-shirt and blue jeans. Reports are that about 9:30 p.m., residents heard explosions and summoned the police. Upon the arrival of the police, the injured man was seen lying on the roadway with gunshot wounds. He was assisted to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Investigators are asking anyone who may be able to assist with identifying the body or provide information on the murder to contact the Halfway Tree CIB at 876-926-8185, Police 119 emergency number or the nearest police station. Yuan Blake gives woman new home for Mother's Day. Olympian Yuan Blake has sprinted to the aid of Dawn and Lurk Irene Morgan, a shut-in in Smithville, Clarendon, who has recently pleaded for assistance to repair her dilapidated home. Morgan, who suffers with preferential arterial disease and who resides in the district of Cornhill, got a Mother's Day gift of a new home from the celebrated 100-meter and 200-meter runner. Blake, who partnered with Food for the Poor, was collaborating with the charity for a third time on a home building exercise. The athlete was touched by Morgan's story, published on February 19, detailing how she had little to look forward to except to live and fret. In the last 15 years, Morgan has not left her yard to go to the nearest town in Maypen because she has a vein that bleeds badly at the slightest touch, a condition doctors attributed to circulatory problem. The front of her old home threatened to give way. Its water and dark walls were seemingly on the brink of collapse with precarious roofing. She still has a pit latrine, and the home windows were battered down with zinc to protect against elements. Around 10 years now, we have the toilet, so when the storm and the rain come and everything, it just full, and we fix it. It mashed down back because it's full of water, and we not have no money, cause me foot sick, she said then. Morgan's partner of more than 30 years has been unable to provide for her as he once did. As he has been battling prostate cancer for the last 3 years, he bleeds at the slightest exertion. In an interview, Blake said that he was heartbroken when he heard the story and is grateful that he could assist with donating the $759,500 needed to match FFP's contribution for construction. I'm here to serve, and I don't see myself stopping. It's really touching for me. I know what this feels like because I'm coming from the same place myself, he said. As long as I have breath and life, I'm going to look to do it at least a year. I know it's a heavy feat, but with God, all things are possible, he added. Morgan was excited about the house and anxious to show Blake inside when he arrived. Exultant, she said she felt as if she had been lifted from earth. Me cry night, me cry day. One at a time, me not even know which part me dey. Me only left for dead, she said. Me dead, but the breath never come out of my body. Me give everybody love to everybody who responded for getting me the house, she said. Morgan believes the house will also offer fresh inspiration to her children and grandchildren who live nearby and are also in need. Labor Day project to help Children's Hospital reduce surgeries backlog. 20 children, aged 4 to 12, will benefit from free surgical procedures at the Bustamante Hospital for Children on Labor Day. Under the theme, Reigniting a Nation for Greatness, Protect Our Heritage and Environment, consultant Dr. Brian James is confident that this Labor Day project will be impactful. According to Dr. James, the initiative is in response to the growing number of backlog surgeries at the hospital. We estimate that we have a backlog of about 3,000 patients that need operations that did not happen because of the pandemic. As a result, we have become more stringent in our efforts to eliminate this. So we've developed all kinds of plans in order to achieve this, and this Labor Day project is one of them, he said. Dr. James noted that on average 3,100 operations are conducted per year at the Bustamante Hospital for Children. However, due to COVID-19, This figure was reduced to 1,800 in 2020 and lowered even more to 1,500 surgeries in 2021. Since Labor Day is a single day, we want to benefit as many patients as possible. What we did was to try to choose operations that would be fairly simple to do and would not take very long time, he said. Health practitioners will focus on orthopedic and general surgical procedures for the day, prioritizing the repair of different hernias and removal of metalworks implant during previous surgeries. The most important thing that we would like to achieve is a restoration of all four of our operating theaters in full function. If we're able to do that, then within about 24 months, we should be able to operate on all 3,000 patients. We want to get back to a situation where we can do more than 3,100 patients per year. And what we need to do is eliminate the backlog that we have, and this project is a small step in that direction, Dr. James added. Shattered dreams. Just over 260 Jamaicans between the ages of 1 and 17 were murdered across the island between 2015 and 2021, underscoring the grim reality facing the nation's children. Official police reports also showed that 2,035 cases of the rape of children were recorded for the same 7-year period, while more than 600 children were left nursing gunshot wounds over that time. For children's advocate Diana Gardner Harrison, the number underscores one of the major problems faced in Jamaica, where children are victims of crime, while some are the perpetrators of criminal acts. Addressing a press club recently, Gardner Harrison pointed to Western Jamaica, where the police had reported that scores of children had been arrested in connection with violent crimes. Children are victims of very extreme forms of violence, and it is violence of all sorts. We are seeing victims of extreme acts of corporal punishment still being an issue. I think it should be fair to say that gradually, parenting has evolved, but we still have incidents of violence in the home, which then merge into a school setting, said Gardner Harrison. We are still seeing as well predators who prey on children, so we are seeing the sexual violence. We are seeing children themselves with child-on-child violence, added Gardner Harrison as she pointed to several reports of violent clashes among students since the resumption of face-to-face classes in Jamaica months ago. Gardner Harrison was echoing the claims of international child protection consultant at the United Nations International Children's Fund, UNICEF, who used the Jamaica Press Club to underscore that Jamaica has a huge problem when it comes to violence and crime. Jamaica holds a historic record for homicide rates globally. It was always among the top 5 countries in the world when it comes to homicide rates. So there was already a major issue, and I think that the COVID-19 pandemic has even worsened the situation. She noted that in 2021, Jamaica recorded 1,463 murders and 1,258 shootings. For a small nation, that is immense, and we have many children victims. For us at UNICEF, that is a top priority. We are the United Nations agency mandated to drive positive change for children, so protecting children from violence, abuse, exploitation, and neglect is top of our list, she said. Van Widen pointed out that tackling the issue of violence is what UNICEF current program cycle in Jamaica is about. So we tackle it in the home, we address it in the communities, in schools as well. We have very structured programs. There are many initiatives ongoing in the country, and we are guided by the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, declared Van Winden. She noted that in 2019, Jamaica signed the Global Partnership to End Violence Against Children, under which countries and international organizations decided that they need to work to deal with this problem. Jamaica was one of the first countries to say, "We are on board. We are going to adapt that package, and we are going to design a national plan of action that is going to be structured around that," said Van Winden. From the decision was born that revised National Plan for Action for an Integrated Response to Children and Violence. The goal of the NPACV is to create and maintain a protective environment supportive of, responsive to, the issues of children and violence. Its main objectives are to decrease the exposure of children to violence and to reduce the impact of violence on children through an integrated approach to prevention, control, monitoring, and intervention, so that children may preserve their rights and grow to be productive citizens of Jamaica. Van Winden stressed that violence against children is created by multiple factors that need to be addressed. If we only had a silver bullet to address violence, but we don't, she declared. What we have in Jamaica is a very robust, solid plan to address violence against children, and that is the NPACV. That's a joint effort of 20 governmental and civil society organizations who put their heads together and designed this plan that provides a framework with evidence-based actions that can reduce violence against children related to changing norms and policies, added Van Winden. She argued that everything that Jamaica needs to do the reduction of violence against children is already in the NPACV. So the media is part of our solution too, but we need you to remind the government to put it into action. We have the plan, we know what needs to be done, we know what works. We have the evidence because this has been tested in Jamaica, in the region and across the globe, declared Van Winden. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.